Alright, today in the workshop I'm going to make the world's easiest, cheapest automatic Fisherman out of 1¼ inch PVC. We've got a 20-inch piece here, about 2.5 here, two, a 45-degree angle, a 90-degree angle, and then about 15 inches of 1/2 inch CPVC, a coat hanger. This is a stainless machine screw and wing nut, and some duct tape. Now if you can get a coat hanger that has this cardboard thing on it, get those instead, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. But that's going to make our automatic Fisherman, and let's get going. So the first thing we're going to do is drill a couple of holes, and I use these numbers to line up the holes. And this is a 7/32 bit, but you know, it doesn't have to be precise, and I'll show you what it looks like once I've got those holes drilled. Alright, here we are. We've got 3 holes. These 2 just go through the top layer, and then the third one goes all the way through. And that's all we have to do for the long piece. And now we're going to drill a hole halfway through this CPVC, this 1/2 inch CPVC. So we mark the halfway point and drill the hole through that. And there we've got our hole all the way through the CPVC, so that's ready to go. So now we're going to assemble the base, and you can see how this goes together. We got the 90, the short piece here, the 45, and then the longer, the 2.5 piece. Now these don't need to be precise, right? This dimension and this dimension. I use 2.5 there and 2 inches there, but you can make it whatever you want. Now when you're assembling this, remember you drilled right through the numbers over here. We drilled right through the numbers, so use that to make sure that this 90-degree elbow is vertical. And then we assemble it, and what I use is just a little bit of glue. So if you look close, you can see I just smeared a little bit of epoxy. You know, you don't have to use the PVC glue because we're just making these so they don't spin. We don't have to hold water or anything like that. So smear a little epoxy in there and get it assembled. Okay, and then once you have these together, you see the 90-degree angle. That little 2-inch piece just is used to hold these together. You've got a 45, and then that little 2.5 inch sticks out here, and that's your handle for where your ice fishing pole goes. And the way this all goes together is that little bolt, that machine screw, goes up through the third hole, through the hole in that CPVC, and it's ready to go. So now we just have to make the mechanism on the front, and we'll be in good shape. Alright, so for that little latch mechanism, we're going to cut right here on the coat hanger, and then right about in the middle here. And then we're going to make a little bend, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is what our piece looks like before we start bending it up, and now I'll bend it up for you. So our first bend here, we take that straight piece, and you fold it over, and then you bend it up like that, so you get that nice little S hook. Then the other end, you bend 90 degrees and 90 degrees again, and that's halfway done. Now back to the coat hanger, we're going to cut this piece off, and we're going to use that next. And the next piece is simple. It looks like that, and then we're going to put them together, and I'll show you how that works. So now you're going to join these two together, and this piece is going to stick out the opposite direction that that's bent. And I'm going to duct tape them, but you could probably braze them or solder them or whatever you have, but duct tape is easy. And then once it's duct taped on, you've got it like that. So you've got this piece pointing forward, this piece pointing backwards and down, and that's at a 90-degree angle to that. And then I'll put it together and show you how it works here. So this little hook piece goes in one of these 2 holes, depending on which one you want to use, like that. And then you assemble the rod, and I can't do that with one hand, so hold on. Okay, so there it is assembled, and obviously the fish line runs up through this little S hook there, and when there's any kind of pressure on that, it sets the hook. And that's all there is to it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it packs up now. So packing it up is easy. You take this wire out, take this screw off, or this wing nut off, and I'm going to pause here while I get it all apart. And you take parts and you put them in the tube, And then you put this machine screw back through there. Hold on a second. Alright, and it's all together and nothing slides out. So it's all self-contained, portable, and ready to go. And before I told you to look for coat hangers with these cardboard things on them, some of them have a solid piece of metal going through them, but some of them this is just a piece of cardboard, and the coat hanger is already bent like this. So that saves you a couple bends. So if you can find those coat hangers, that works great. And this is all set up and very professionally bent for you. So that's why I would look at those. But there you have it. Okay, so the $1,000,000 question, how much does this cost? Well, even at my local hardware store in a small town, each one of these is about $1.20 worth of the 1 1/4 inch PVC, plus $3.80. These are $1.90 each, and that's about as expensive as you can get these. So let's call that $5 plus this cross piece, which is about 25 cents. And then this, I used stainless steel, so that was $1.50. So if you want to add it all up, it's probably about $6, $7 worth of material there. Even at the small town hardware prices, if you go to the big box store, you can easily make these for under $5. So there you go. Have fun and enjoy. Oh, and the coat hanger I didn't include. You can probably buy or get those for free at the thrift store, or just cut them up out of your closet. So there you go. It's all set, ready to go. Little fish sets the hook, and everybody's happy, except for the fish.